So this is a trial run, an experiment in trusting the universe, because there's a lot of humming and banging going on. This neighborhood is very industrious, so people are building all kinds of businesses and all kinds of buildings for businesses. So there might be some background noise. And then there are, along the back side of the building, quite a lot of air conditioning units hanging out. So there's like, when I sit here to meditate, this is kind of like one of my favorite spots on this balcony to meditate. I often, you can tune into according to the Higgs method, you can tune into the resonance of the air conditioner. And back here, there's enough of them and other machines humming that it's almost like symphonic. There's like harmonics. So when you're meditating, you can kind of like isolate one and then drop it, and then isolate another one and then drop it. You can do this whole thing. It's interesting, like, I think for the past couple of weeks, I had several, like in the middle of the night, waking up like, oh, I have to make a video about that. And then went back to sleep. And then the next day, evidently did not care about the topic that much. I thought about doing a video about Philomena Kunk, otherwise known as Diane Morgan, which I may do. But today I just wanted to make a kind of like nice, vague spiritual video and show you what I'm doing. So I designed a spell which would probably be considered chaos magic according to the categories that have been sort of, I don't think they've been officially designated by anyone, but there seems to be types of magic that, according to Facebook anyway, have sorted themselves into categories. And so there's like, kitchen witches and chaos witches and all of this. So I suppose this is chaos magic, what I did, but I would not call it chaos magic if you trust the universe. It's just like I'm putting this energy into the universe and I'm going to see what happens. So what I did is when I was meditating out here, sometimes I light incense, but if you light jasmine, you're going to attract a lot of, it's very sweet, and you're going to attract a lot of night bugs, especially mozzies. And so in the brazier, I was adding different types of mosquito coil, and then I was trying different flavors of mosquito coil, and I discovered that there's this one which is very light colored, like a champa incense, like the sawdust incense. And then I got fascinated by the fact that the light one, although it looks like it should smell really great, it kind of doesn't smell like, it just, I don't know, it smells kind of, I would call it bougie smell, like it's kind of like a little bit too sweet and normal. So I decided to soak it in a concoction of essential oil. They're selling, in Thailand, they're selling like little bottles of oil with, which is kind of smells like something sweet, but it's supposed to be olive oil, but it's not like cooking olive oil. Anyway, so I dipped the tip into the bottle, and then I added some, I guess it was like that stuff they put in tiger's balm, that red fiery stuff, and then I just let it travel up. And I decided that this took like a month for it to get to the middle. And I decided that I would kind of use it as a meditation. And then I decided that when it got to the center, a portal was going to open. So it has done that today. And I did like a ritual to the center of the thing, because it's like a spiral. It's quite mystical, actually. Anyway, so that could be a spell. Like you could set an intention and then dip this thing. It's obscure. Dip this thing in a bottle of oil and then watch it travel, and then trust that when it gets to the center, a portal is going to open and what you want is going to manifest. Now you could like attend it every day. Like you could, I don't know, sing to it maybe. But this is just one of those things. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. Yes, this is actually related to this topic. So, spiral, mystical spiral. And the reason that I did it, like instead of doing the intention and then your spell is done, I wanted something with a delay on it because of what I'm about to talk about. Because I was listening to Josh Johnson, who I've been a fan of since before. Like now he's blowing up on YouTube, but I've been a fan. I think he's handsome and I think he's clever. Anyway, he's a comedian. And now he has turned into this phenomenon because he has the unique capacity to talk about recent events and topical issues. Some of them obscure. He says they're very obscure. Not all of them. I mean, he's talking about Trump and stuff, P. Diddy and everything. Um, but he has the unique ability to just like talk about it, and then it's really funny. And he doesn't have to necessarily write or script material. He's, I don't know. It seems to me he's just going on stage and doing it. But he says he does prepare stuff, but it's a lot of material that he puts out. Anyway, he was talking about AI and the fact that he thinks that what humans really want from AI is a slave or a friend, which is pretty astute, really. But I wanted to add something onto that because I realized, like, most of what we seek in life is stuff that we can't get. So, like, a diamond is more valuable than a crystal. A crystal is arguably more pretty because it has the rainbows and everything, but diamonds are rarer, and therefore everybody chases diamonds. And I think that if we had an AI friend, it's going to become boring so fast because there's no discovery, there's no unfolding. Like, it's just you push a button and then you get what you want. And I think that part of like the way our incarnations work, the reason we're born into contrast, as Abraham says, the reason that we come in with these imperfections is actually because the pleasure comes, the joy of living comes when we can kind of stretch towards something. And it doesn't mean it has to be effort, blood, sweat, and tears. It can just be focus. But that focus, that attention, that kind of acuteness creates the value of the thing, and then it actually becomes important to us, and then we're able to enjoy it. I think it's also possible to just enjoy and enjoy and enjoy and enjoy, but not without training your mind spiritually to do that. Like, I don't think that I don't think AI is going to assist in that matter, unless you're like, I don't know, doing those breathing meditations with AI, like, count to 3 or whatever they do. I did one. It was fine. It was not AI. Sorry, it was like someone did a counter, and then you count your breaths going up and down. So yeah, that's kind of handy. But the principle that I want to stress here is that convenience is not satisfying the way we think it is. Like, advertising always tells you, oh, you can get this thing faster and better and cheaper. Those are the three things, right? They always say, like, if you want to go on a trip or buy something, you can get fast and cheap, or you can get good and cheap, but it'll be slow, or you can get fast and good, but it'll be pricey. Like, you have to sacrifice one. Anyway, if it's convenient, you're gonna be fed up so fast, and then you've lost, like, well, I mean, not necessarily lost anything. You'll just be looking for something else to strive for. That's all, like, naturally, because the nature of the universe is expansion. The nature of life is evolution, and so anyway, I also don't think it's that much to be scared of. But like, the movies are telling you that it's gonna take over your life and rule you and make you a slave. I mean, we are already. Like, if that's the concern, um, everybody's on a gizmo, and the gizmos are not that great. Like, we're fascinated by touch. We were fascinated by touch technology. Like they had us at touch technology, and we have no chance against AI unless, in terms of like being able to resist it. But I do think it's going to get boring very quickly. So even though I'm saying that, I think that people will. There's going to be a backlash toward like the Arcadian utopian kind of counterculture movement also, which is something to watch for. And apparently, right now, there's a trend to watch long form videos, which is kind of why I'm doing this as well. Like, um, I saw something in the news about how YouTube has changed its, not the algorithm, but the kind of, yeah, the algorithm, but also like some of the restrictions have been lifted. And I think it's kind of easier to get more views at the moment, especially as someone talking into a camera. And I have known this for days, but I was not just going to get on and talk anything. I wanted to have a really pertinent topic. And guess what? I don't. I ended up just turning it on and talking anyway, so there you go. Yeah. So, I mean, like, okay, one more thing. The AI, the reason the Druids, I know I've talked about this before, but the reason the Druids didn't want to put the sacred knowledge into writing was because they regarded writing as too convenient. Like it's something that can be passed on without the nuance of sitting in front of someone and listening to them talk and having this connection that you have when you're in the presence of a person and they're teaching you by word of mouth. And then also they valued the memorization because there was a conscious effort to imbibe the knowledge. Whereas, look, I mean, reading is better than, I don't know, I guess the cramming and drilling, like that kind of method is, I think people who cram, they can pass their exam, but they tend to forget it the next day after they pass, or after they sit their exam. Anyway, I've heard that. I've never sat an exam. Yeah, that was a lot of ramble. Anyway, so yeah, that's why the Druids are wise, because they emphasize patience. All right, I think I've made my point, such as it was. I love you all. Welcome to my sacred balcony, and be lucky and be blessed, darlings. All right.